Hey, single queen, this is Desmond Booker, your favorite Christian dating, relationship, and success coach. And I help you go from single to successfully dating, as well as help you go to the next level in your life. That's right. We help you go to the next level in your love life and in your life. I'm excited today because in talking to many of you, there is like this tug of war that's going on. I want to go to the next level. I want to be in a relationship. I want the house, but at the same time, you're sitting back and you're waiting. So this tug of war, and what many times what you have to begin to do is what you just have to let go of the rope, allow the pull to take you right, allow it to go ahead and draw you to where you're needing to be. Okay, because many times you're thinking that you're waiting for a sign, but then at the same time you already have the sign because the sign is something that's calling you to more. So let's really begin to talk about that because now you're in a situation where you're stuck, and stuck leads to being frustrated, and you don't want to be frustrated while you're being stuck because you are being stuck. And so one of the first things that what causes you to be stuck, and we're going to be talking about three signs of you being stuck and not reaching the goal, reaching what you're trying to reach, is because of this tug of war today. We're going to allow the pull to take us. I you would be amazed at how many queens I talk to about this, and my hope and my prayer and my intent is for you to get something out of this and begin to start moving forward to the thing that's really calling for you, because you are called to have more, to be more, and to do more. And the first thing that keeps you stuck in this tug of war is I'm praying about it. I'm praying about it. Well, prayer is really, really good, and prayer causes things to really actually happen. This is probably most likely why you're in this tug of war, is because you prayed for something, you're desiring something, and what you're praying for and what you're desiring started this process, but then you stopped. Right? So you're wanting the relationship, you're wanting the house, you're desiring to be in a new car, a new job, start the business, and you started that with prayer, and now you're laying back. Well, guess what? You can't lay back when you prayed about it. Now you have to begin to move forward, and you're waiting, quote unquote, for that sign. The sign is that you already heard, and you're needing to take some steps forward. Now, what you have to begin to do is what? No longer use that as an excuse. I'm not going to pray about it. I've already prayed about it. Now watch me take some steps, and watch what begins to happen when you really want to begin to take some steps. So faith starts the process through prayer. Faith will take you to the next step as you're praying about it. No more just I'm praying and waiting for a sign. I'm praying and I'm moving because I got the sign. All right. And so many times we want to make sure that as we are moving forward, we're wanting to make sure that it's the right. But that leads us to the second thing, is you're praying for clarity, right? You're wanting perfected clarity. So now not only am I stuck because I'm praying and just quote unquote waiting. It's so funny because I come to Queens and I say, what are you doing? Well, I'm working on myself. That is the number one thing that queens are doing, men are doing at this time, kings are doing at the same time, waiting. I'm working on myself. Oh my goodness. Do you not know how many queens I know that are working on themselves, but no movement? See, if you're working on yourself, you're not just waiting in limbo. You're actually waiting, moving forward, because your life is changing. You're doing some things that are doing. So then my next question is, if you're truly working on yourself, what does that mean? And then they go back and they start telling me a few things that's not really truly working on themselves. And this is why they're stuck. Because what happens if you're really truly working on yourself, you're going to begin to change. You're going to begin to amp up the desire. Because when you're doing it the proper way, what happens is that goal that you're wanting to reach, that prayer that you have out there, it really begins to come bigger, because every single day you're working with that goal. You're seeing that goal. You're mentally, physically seeing yourself in that goal, doing that thing, and it becomes bigger, and that desire becomes bigger, and which means that's why I keep saying it pulls you, because if you're really truly working on yourself, you wouldn't be in no action or inaction. You would be taking action because of the pull of it. So again, I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to move. And then guess what? I don't need the clarity. I don't need the perfection of it. This is the second reason why we're stuck, is because you're stuck because of the clarity. I want it to be quote unquote perfect. But let me tell you something. I would rather move with taking the wrong action than taking no action, because at least in taking action, even though it's wrong, I can correct it, right? But taking no action, how can you correct no action? You can't. You have to get the start. You have to get yourself started in order for you to have any kind of direction. And that's what I'm saying today, is that when you begin to really pray about it and then begin to move, because faith without action is what is dead. So praying about it and then moving, getting really involved in it. You're wanting a house. When's the last time you go looked at some? Have you gotten a realtor? Have you went and drove by and saw some? Have you went to some open houses? No, I haven't. That's what I'm saying. I'm really wanting and truly wanting to be in a relationship. I'm really truly wanting to drive. When's the last time you test drove the car that you wanted, that you're praying about? When's the last time you went out and to a singles event? When's the last time that you've opened yourself up to meeting somebody? Do you see what I mean? Is that no action is keeping you what? Stuck. And even though you're praying without the works, it's leading to what? To dead works. Okay? So number one reason why you're stuck is because you're praying and no action. Praying is not a strategy. Prayer is going to give you the strategy. Number two, once the strategy comes, then you got to begin to start moving, and you got to begin to start taking the action that you need. One thing, just move one way, just move one step, do one thing today that's moving you closer to your goal. Do one thing today that's moving you closer to what you're doing. And I'm saying this today because there is so much frustration that many queens come to me with, because again, she's wanting the thing, but then at the same time, she's wanting to wait. And so what she'll do, she'll say, oh, I need your help. Well, then she'll step back. And then she'll go back to things that are normal. Then she said, oh my goodness, I need your help. Can you go ahead? And she has this tug of war going on even with me, because she wants me to help her. She sees that what I'm teaching her is helping her and getting her towards her goal. But then she goes back to what's familiar. And today, right now, I want you to make a decision. I'm not going back to what's familiar. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to step into what is familiar. I see many of you are joining me today. All right. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you are watching me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. Let's get into the third reason why you're stuck. It's the maybe, indecision. That's that indecision, right? That indecision. I'm praying about it. I'm thinking about going there. I'm wanting to do it. And what happens is, now when you want that perfect clarity, when you want the map, and now you got to take the decision to go ahead and move. Again, what's the purpose of getting the map if you're not going to move? So I pray, the map comes, and then I take the action. Okay, let's just use this as a great example. I don't know what direction, I don't know how to get to Florida. I get the car, I start praying about it, I get the strategy or the map of how to get there, and then I drive. You see that? When am I going to leave? I don't know. When am I going to leave? I don't know. I want to leave this day, but then this day maybe not. It may be raining this day. It may not. Drive. So today I wanted to make this very simple, is because there should not be a tug of war anymore going on in your life. You know what you're desiring. And so because you prayed about it, now it's not that God is going to what? Just rain it down on you. You're going to have to make some action. You're going to have to take some steps going towards it. And then once you are starting moving towards it, no longer are you going to have to wait for this perfect plan, this perfect result, this perfect outcome. No, you don't need to see the whole map. You just need to see the first step. When you take the first step, now you're going to begin to step into what? Number three is go ahead and take another step, because everything doesn't need to be perfect. Today is the perfect day to start. And so we're getting ready to go into another month. And as we're getting ready to go into another month, this is another chance, another opportunity to say, you know what? Let's build momentum. I'm no longer just going to pray about it. I'm going to begin to move. I'm going to begin to do the thing that I'm wanting or moving towards the thing that I'm desiring. And I'm no longer going to be in this waiting mode. I'm not going to be starting and then stopping. No more of that. I know what I want. And in fact, what I want is working itself towards me. And I want you to think about this as we close today. If you're working towards something and you're wanting something, don't you know that that something is working towards you? And every time you take a step back, then it stops. And then you take a step forward, it takes a step towards you. And so let's just use this in context. You're praying for a house, or you're praying for a car, or you're praying for a job promotion. It's working itself towards you. But every time you stop and think, I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I want it, then it stops. Do you see this? Let's continue to not stop. Let's continue to move towards the thing that we're desiring so that it can move. No more being tug of war. No more tug of war. No more tug of wars. I love it when you make a decision. And then even though you're making the steps and it's the wrong step, we can correct that step. But we cannot correct a step that you refuse to take. All right? No longer allowing fear to stop you or keep you where you are. We're going to bust through the ceiling of fear and we're going to move into it. I'm going to open my books up to you and this week, and let's go ahead and book a session. Go ahead and let's get a 15-minute call. Let's talk some strategy. Let's see where you are. Let's see what's going on, and let's see where you're wanting to end up to being. I also have my next level membership, and you can join it this month. And we've opened that up. So next level, if you want to talk about that, let's talk about that as well. I'm going to leave a description. In the description, I'm going to leave my link for you can book the free 15-minute session. And then if you're on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio, or you can comment below. And if you're on Facebook in our Queens Don't Settle Single to Successfully Dating, or our next level membership on Facebook, you can also comment when you see this and just say, I'm ready. All right. All right. You guys have a great day. Remember, Queens don't settle. No more tug of war. It's time to no longer go. It's no longer time to be stuck, but it's time to move towards the thing that's calling you. Have a great day.